If you own a med spa, you might be sick to your stomach when you realize how much revenue you're losing, but I'm going to show you how to fix it. Okay, so I ran an AI research report with an AI called Perplexity to see where are med spas specifically losing money and losing revenue. And I'm going to show you the 5 areas that it came back with. And these are all based off of real data, real research, sourced and cited with the exact places that you can go to read the reports. And so the first thing is the med spa money pit. Are these common mistakes draining your profits? Okay, so the first mistake that most med spas make is what's called me too marketing, meaning that you offer the same product or service as everyone else, and if you just replace the logo, there's no differentiation. You can see here 77% of practices fail to stand out. So what that means is generic messaging, generic words, etc. And if you're competing on price, nobody's going to choose you unless you're the low price leader. And the problem with that is it's a race to the bottom. So you, number one, have to find a way to differentiate yourself versus your competitors. You can do it with your offer. You can do it with the people that you serve. For example, if I take the same treatments and provide it to older women versus younger women, I now have a niche. If I provide it to men versus women, I now have a niche. If I provide it to people with a certain type of problem, I now have a niche. So I can serve the same type of problems, but to a specific audience or a specific customer. And now I have a niche. And you got to find your niche, because if not, you're in the Me Too marketing trap. Number 2, and this one is a killer, the leaky lead funnel. Okay. This is based off of real statistics. A 5-minute delay can kill a sale, meaning that if you do not reach out to a new lead within 5 minutes, you are now 100 times less likely to get that person converted. Why? Because they're busy. They got other things to do. They're going off calling your competitors. They're not even worried about it anymore. They've moved on. And so if you're not automatically following up, you're losing big sales by not following up fast enough. Okay, you can see here 22.25% average appointment cancellation rate. So that means people are canceling appointments because you're not getting in contact with them fast enough. Number 3, okay, the high cost of ignoring your existing patients. Acquiring new patients is 5 times more expensive than keeping one. And so what you have to do is you have to have a system that automatically goes out and stays in front of your customers. So if you have a service that most people use every 30 days, and you don't have automated reminders going out to them every 30 days to remind them, hey, it's time to book your next treatment, so-and-so treatment, whatever it is. If you don't have that set up, you're literally burning revenue. You are literally throwing profit in the trash can because you don't have a system in place. So you got to have a system that prioritizes keeping customers coming back. 44% of businesses prioritize the wrong thing. They focus on acquisition versus focusing on retention. So focusing on retention with systems, and you can build these things once and let them run forever. You might have to update them here and there, but it's not a whole huge load that you have to take on in order to do these things. Number 4, the marketing budget black hole. This will kill you as well. Underperforming ad campaigns equals financial loss. What that means is that you haven't worked out your numbers to know how much you can go out and spend to get a customer. And if you don't know how much you can spend to get a customer and you're just spending money on ads, what'll happen is you might average, say, $300 in profit from a treatment, and you're spending $600 to go out and get a customer, and you're not keeping a hold of those customers. So you're losing $300 every time you get a customer. That's that leaky bucket. So what you have to do is you have to know your numbers, and you have to make sure that you have KPIs or key performance indicators that tell you whether or not you're on track to reach your goals and to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. Because if you don't have that in place, you will be losing money by spending where it's not actually coming back to you. And then number 5, losing sales at the finish line, okay? 61% of patients will abandon a booking if it's too complicated. What does this mean? This means that your fancy website, your fancy booking system, all these things, If the customer is confused, you will lose. If you confuse, you lose. So what you have to do is you have to have simple, easy, non-complicated systems and ways for people to come into your world and to book appointments and to get their notifications that they're booked. Because if you overcomplicate it, they're going to bounce. And so what you want to do as a med spa owner is you want to patch each one of these holes. And what happens is it's a compound effect. Maybe you increase sales 10% by getting out of the Me Too trap. And then you increase another 10% by fixing your funnel. Then you increase another 10% by getting back past customers. And then you increase another 10% by fixing your marketing. And then you increase another 10% just by fixing your checkout or your booking process. You just increase your revenue by 50% just by patching things. That's not even what you do next to actually grow and expand. So if you want help doing this, we build these systems out from start to finish for multiple med spas across the United States. We have a system that's proven that works, that actually patches each and every one of these holes. And if you're just starting out or if you don't have a lot of money, that's fine. Let's patch the one that's the biggest glaring hole and then grow from there. So if you're looking to seriously grow your med spa, stop bleeding and burning money, and you want to see a next level growth without pulling your hair out because you don't know why you're not growing, then go ahead and click the button down below, take our quiz, figure out how much you're missing. And then once you know how much you're missing every year, we can put a plan in place by booking a call with me to get it patched. So click the button below, book your call.